Hello YouTube, Heinzes here. I'm going to be doing a review of The Who's Tommy, the movie. Now, to compare the two of either the original album by The Who and the movie is kind of an unfair comparison because there are definitely things that have been changed. The plot's a lot clearer because it's got a visual to aid it, and they have definitely changed up the arrangement of some songs, almost omitting some songs completely, which I found pretty disappointing. First up, let's just examine the visual, because that's what the movie adds to the album. It's, the visual, it was very, I would say cutting edge, but it's very effective, it's very timely. It's a very fun movie, it's a good treat for the eyes. Like, if you just listen to the album, it's just leaving up to your imagination. If you watch the movie, you will see it as it was intended, and I think that it was very well executed in that respect. I did like what they did with the song "I'm Free" with the sequence there. It was kind of a it was a very nice atmosphere overall with the movie. Let's see, the story is still a bit sketchy in parts, as the original album. There was not a lot of room for storytelling in between the songs. Like, as you know, there were some artists in the 70s who, when they made a concept album, they would lace it with dialogue, like, in the songs, but Pete Townsend didn't like to do that with The Who's music, so... Okay, so the plot of Tommy is that it's about a boy who... His father disappears after fighting in the war. His mother ends up falling in love with another man, and his father ends up coming home when he's in his early childhood, and his mother and the lover kill his father, and that traumatizes him, and they tell him that he didn't see it, he didn't hear it, he won't say anything to anybody, so he goes into his deaf, dumb, and blind state, and he ends up, well, I think I can pretty much describe the rest of the plot as I go through, but I won't try to reveal too much. Now, the movie opens with this really nice sunset shot of who we guess is Roger Daltrey as Tommy. I really liked his performance. I found he was very... yeah. He was just there basically standing in front of a sunset, just making a circular motion with his arms. And it actually closes the movie with that shot again. And so it's a very circular story. Very much like A Clockwork Orange, which we've already been talking about quite a lot recently. I mean, we left the music to tell the story. And oftentimes... well, mainly on Quadrophenia, it did it quite well, but Tommy didn't quite hold up in that respect. Although it did have some way stronger songs. The movie does kind of improve on that, in that, yeah, you do have a visual, I said that earlier, you have a visual to show you how it's happening. But it is kind of still jumpy in parts. It tends to jump back and forth, and it's a little scattered in places. Albeit they did kind of hold some bits together. Like, they had 3 versions of the song "Do You Think It's Alright" in there. One before Cousin Kevin, one in between Cousin Kevin and Uncle Ernie. Fiddle About, I should call the song. And they had one right after it, which didn't make too much sense, but it was kind of a different thing, and I actually kind of liked the effect. It was a good... for the flow of the story, really. The performance. Let me see. First of all, I gotta say, I really love the acting in this movie. The only problem that I have with any of the actors in this movie is that, well, actually, there are 2 problems, main problems. During the eyesight to the blind bit, you can definitely tell Eric Clapton is lip-syncing, and he's not even doing a very good job of it, which is kind of painful, because he's a great musician. I think they could have just had him play the song live, and it would have been, like, on set, as they were filming it. It would have been quite the show. And, I didn't like Oliver Reed singing that much. He's a good actor, but not a singer. No, not by nature. He's not that much, but... yeah, he's not too... And Margaret. I loved her performance. She won a Golden Globe for this performance as a Best Actress, and I think she deserved it. She was... how do I say this? She was very emotional. She was into the extremes of her character. She was a caring, worried about Tommy, you know, because he was in his old deaf, dumb, and blind state. And she also played up the greedy side of her character and the excessive bit. after Tommy becomes famous as the Pinball Wizard, after beating the Pinball Wizard, Elton John. Elton John, I did not like his... He didn't act, but he played, and I gotta tell you, it would have been a lot better if we actually saw the alleged Pinball Wizard, the World Pinball Champion, actually play the game against Tommy, but instead Elton John just kind of stood there statically on, like, stilt boots, playing a piano on a pinball machine. I didn't know why that was there, but I guess it was just for the musical aspect. Oh, in that scene, I did like how they had the rest of the Who. They were playing their asses off, really. Pete Townsend was strutting around with the guitar, you know, power chords, windmills, jumping up and down, everything. And I especially like that one shot that they really got up close to Keith Moon playing his drum set on. You can see the sweat flying off his drumsticks and everything. It's really a treat for a Who. Right now, secondary performances. I quite enjoyed the scenes of Fiddle About with Keith Moon as Uncle Ernie. And I gotta say, I did not know Keith Moon was that great. But then again, he must not be acting that much because he was a very wild and crazy guy. So for all we know, he's just being himself on camera. But then again, he was very freaky because he was kind of scary, and I think that effect was very well created, and I quite enjoyed that bit. Now, Tina Turner is the Acid Queen. Great singer. She probably had the strongest musical performance of any guest artist in the movie. And yeah, she was very strange. She was very over the top, but I loved that part so much. I love her in this movie. Paul Nicholas as Cousin Kevin. Now, this was a very enjoyable scene because he was very doing the cruel things while still seeming like he was totally happy, you know, top of the world, everything. Paul Nicholas's accent, it kind of threw off the character a bit, considering where the story takes place. But he definitely overdid. He definitely outdid himself there. Yep. Okay, one more thing about Anne Margaret's performance. Not so much about her performance, but about the script writing, really. It was a very strange scene where they added a new song called Champagne, and it was sung by Anne Margaret as Tommy's mother, and she sang it, right? And yes, she sang it. I said that too many times, I think. Okay, and after the song, she actually she breaks the TV because it keeps showing footage of Tommy after he wins the pinball championships, and she's trying to forget about him for a while just so that she can live her own life, because she spends all her time worrying about Tommy as is. And she throws a champagne ball at the TV, breaks it, and wouldn't you know it, out spills a flood of Heinz baked beans. Because we all saw that coming, right? And I don't know why, but she ends up rolling around in it really cheerfully, and also out spills later on. There's this flood of chocolate, and she rolls around in that too. So it's kind of weird and very, very psychedelic kind of thing. So overall, they're both great movies, and I think that it's definitely a classic for the musical generation. If you like a musical, if you like a good musical, something with good like songs, good decent acting, and everything of the sort, definitely go for Tommy. It's a jewel. Don't miss it. It's wonderful. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. It's a really timely movie. It's not exactly totally relevant now because it never really had any kind of life-changing message to it, but I would definitely check it out for what it is. It's fun, great songs, solid performance, and the story is masterful, I gotta say. And that's all I have to say about Tommy.